New at 11, thousands of workers in Indiana say their employer left them high and dry without a paycheck. Call 6 Investigates' Kara Kenny joins us now with how you can improve your chances of getting your money. And Kara, I've been online on Facebook. People want to know this information right now.
That's right, Raphael. Workers have filed more than 8,000 wage disputes with the Indiana Department of Labor over the past 5 years. We were shocked to see some of the companies with most of the complaints about not paying workers are contractors hired by the state and paid for with your tax dollars. Amanda Meyer prides herself on being a hard worker, transporting children for court-ordered visitation.
So I worked pretty much from sun up till sundown.
But Amanda says her employer didn't pay her several paychecks totaling $6,000.
Horrible. I wasn't able to pay my bills.
David Bowman is in a similar boat. He worked as a trainer helping people get jobs. But when he left his job, David says his employer never paid him for $700 worth of unused vacation and sick time. Did that check ever come?
Check never came.
And what was your reaction to that?
I said, that doesn't seem legal.
David contacted the Indiana Department of Labor and filed an unpaid wage claim against his employer, ResCare. Amanda also filed a claim against her employer, First Priority Services. Records obtained by Call 6 Investigate show those companies are among the top 10 with the most unpaid wage claims in Indiana. What's more, ResCare and First Priority Services are both state contractors. Records show ResCare's received $26 million in state and federal tax dollars over the last 10 years, $275,000 in tax dollars for First Priority Services. In other words, your tax dollars already paid these companies, and they're accused of turning around and not paying their workers. We took our questions to the head of Wage and Hour at the Indiana Department of Labor.
I can't speak specifically to individual companies.
Can you sanction companies in some way that aren't paying their workers?
We are not given the authority by the legislature to do that.
What they can do is investigate unpaid wage claims.
Mostly, our goal in Wage and Hour is to help them get paid. The law states you must be paid for what you work.
Call 6 Investigates found over the last 5 years, workers filed more than 8,000 unpaid wage claims for things like unpaid vacation, overtime compensation, and illegal deductions. By far the most common reasons workers file a claim, not getting a final paycheck. Some people might look at the numbers and say, that's a lot of people saying they're not getting paid. What's the state doing about it?
While there could be a lot of wage claims, we're handling those wage claims.
The department says when it comes to valid claims, they're successful 80% of the time in getting workers their money.
And a lot of times, the issues aren't that they're being cheated necessarily, it's a miscommunication.
Other times, wage claims roll in because a company has gone out of business. CMS Sourcing Solutions in Michigan has the most unpaid wage claims from Indiana workers, 60 complaints totaling $95,000. But when our sister station stopped by, the company's gone and a tax preparer is now in their spot. We also went looking for Amanda's former employer, First Priority Services, but they've left their West Side office and won't return our calls and emails.
Don't hire people if you can't pay them.
Amanda took her employer to small claims court and won an $11,000 judgment.
I would love to have that money so I could, catch up on bills and student loans, and but I don't think I'm ever going to get it.
After filing a claim with the state, David Bowman got his money, but he says it was never about that.
They were going to get by with it. That's what bothered me more. I was right and they were wrong.
And the state says they are no longer using First Priority Services and they're letting that contract expire. As for ResCare, the Louisville-based company is still a state contractor. ResCare sent us a statement pointing out that several of those employee complaints were invalid. Quote, "We are a large employer in Indiana with approximately 3,100 employees. We believe this is a reasonably small amount of claims based on our size," end quote.
So many questions right now on Facebook and on Instagram. One of our viewers wants to know, what happens if you don't get paid? What is the first step that I take, like right now?
Documentation, documentation, documentation. Get all your stuff together because you have to prove that the company owes you money. We've broken down exactly what you need and how to do it on the RTV6 app and the IndyChannel.com.
Our favorite words at Call 6, documentation. Kara, thank you so much.